Soulmates are souls created close to you at the time of the original creation. I often refer to the flower of light sacred geometry as a visual example of the cluster formation in which human souls may have been originally formed. The flower of life has 6 associated circles, souls, linked around a 7th circle twin soul. Drawing from my personal journey of research and experience, I sense that we each have 12 soulmates, quite possibly 6 female and 6 male. Each of these 12 soul halves will carry the energetic signature of the 12 houses of the zodiac and their 12 associated planets. However, from the illustration you will see that there are another 6 soul clusters forming within the original. These other clusters are all connected and interwoven within the soul matrix. Therefore, in total there are 144 souls making up one soul family. The purpose of meeting and engaging with a soulmate is to create a two-way relationship that refines, sculpts, and shapes the other individual into becoming more of him or herself. Soulmates bring out the qualities and strengths within each soul as a way of preparing one another for when the time and space is right for the twin soul reunion. The way this happens is that soulmates continually present a mirror to us, so we may peel away distortions to find our inner completeness. Through this process, we are refining constantly into the full expression of our individuality. Looking in the mirror is not always something we may wish to do, especially if what we see doesn't agree with us. And to intensify matters, there is simply no escaping the mirror once it's shown to us, especially when it feels like all our buttons get pressed at once. With our soulmate, we are continually exposed to the good, the bad, and the ugly. For a soul that is just beginning on this earth, this process would be too destructive, and so union with our soulmate doesn't usually happen at the same place or time until a soul has released sufficient suffering and let go of remaining emotional attachments along the path. Soulmates don't get to meet on Earth unless both are ready to move on to a higher plane of existence as part of their spiritual journey. When soulmates unite, there is no allowance for anything other than pure honesty and clarity between them. Distortions will surface immediately to be released. Frequently, people go through many relationships that help to fine-tune and release attachments until they are sufficiently evolved to move on to higher paradigms with their soulmates. Of course, we may often experience deeply fulfilling relationships with someone other than a soulmate before we get there. It is all part of the grand unfolding of the recreation of the unique soul. When you meet a soulmate, there is also an instant recognition, a familiarity that brings with it a wondrous joy and feeling of belonging. Soulmates are in each other's lives to offer support, love, and kindness. There is a timeless feeling when soulmates are together. In fact, they'll often find themselves saying, "It feels like I've known you forever." All soulmate relationships are for the purpose of spiritual growth and the deepening and expanding of all spiritual attributes. Soulmates teach each other how to love themselves and then how to love each other, thereby creating the most ideal situation for a conscious family. Not all soulmate reunions are sexual. Many of them will be purely platonic, based on friendship, collaboration, and deep spiritual support. Soulmates will literally serve one another for years as they both learn and experience how to embody unconditional love.